What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? It's your guy, Mark McNeely, here with Financial Abundance and Healthy Living. And if you're brand new to the video, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and turn it on all so you all can stay updated as all video content comes out. I want to say welcome if you're brand new. And man, we have an awesome community here where we've been helping people with their finances, giving them new ideas from things about credit to ways that you can actually earn additional income to your top or bottom line. But most importantly, we've been helping people with their overall health and wellness, with killing the beast, I like to call it, which is halitosis, bad breath. All right. And so we've been helping people. We've got over 200 and something plus videos of content that's really geared towards giving people tips, strategies, and just different things on how they can get rid of halitosis, bad breath. Also, look below in the description box because I do provide one-on-one coaching where I can walk you through your tailor-made situation to get rid of halitosis, bad breath. Also, look below in the description box of this video for additional products and services that can help you really get rid of halitosis, bad breath. So with that out of the way, let's jump into this video, guys. It's so important to understand and really cope and deal with halitosis, bad breath. The first key is I get asked this question though before we get into that information. I get asked, is halitosis curable? All right, because there's been so many people out here thinking, or asking the question, is it curable? I'd have to say yes. I once was a victim of halitosis, bad breath, the beast. All right, and it victimized my life. It tormented me. It made me and created me to be a person and to be someone that I wasn't. It isolated me. It put me in a shell. I lost relationships, friendships. I lost job opportunities and different things that were designed to help with advancing me and my life, all because of the beast. All right. I perished because I had a lack of knowledge and I didn't have the right information. But now you're here on this channel and you have the right information. So, for the most part, I would have to say, yes, halitosis is curable. All right. Now, there's so much stuff online. There's so much garbage online. I just like to get right to the root of things. I like to really hit it straight. I'm a straight shooter. That's just who I am, and that's how I roll. All right. And so I would have to say you can get rid of halitosis, bad breath. It does take a lot of work. It takes discipline and it takes dedication on your part. All right. And having the right information to make it happen. All right. But yes, you can have it can happen. All right. Now, overall, halitosis, bad breath is a overgrowth of bacteria. We like to call it volatile sulfur compounds, which is just really another name for hydrogen sulfide. All right, that's pretty much what it is. It's an overproduction of that, which is a gas. Hydrogen sulfide is a gas, and when these bacterias overtake or overpopulate, whether it be in your mouth, whether it be in your nose, whether it be in your throat, whether it be in your stomach, all right, your gut, then that it activates that, and those gases they start to release. And here we go. That's when the problem starts. So the first key is, I think it's so important, is to understand holotophobia. I call it holotophobia, which is actually a diagnosis where it's a severe fear of having bad breath that doesn't exist. So I think that's the first step, is just really understanding and seeing if that's really your situation. Some people have this phobia of whether their breath stinks or whether they have this or that. There's so many different phobias out here. All right. And the way that holotophobia is treated is through really just seeing a counselor, right? I believe that I've experienced that before as I was on my journey to curing the beast, halitosis. All right. And it is a real thing. So you could really literally have fresh breath, but you have this phobia, all right, that you're thinking everywhere you go, everywhere you move, everywhere you turn, your breath smells when it really doesn't. All right. So that's something that it's a real illness. It's a real diagnosis. And, you definitely, if that's your case, all right, you need to first identify if you have bad breath. Now, people that have halitosis, bad breath, are basically people that have a chronic condition of really just having a bad smell. So the first key is you want to test to see if your breath smells. And the way you test your breath is you want to just make sure you stick your tongue out as far as you can stick it out, and you want to take your wrist and you want to lick your wrist, but you don't want to lick your wrist with the tip of your tongue. You want to try to get as far back as possible, like this. All right. So I lick my wrist. As you can see, it's kind of wet, and you can kind of let it dry up. Fan it a little bit. Don't wipe it off. Don't wipe it, but just kind of fan it. All right, and then, or you can blow it a little bit. All right, and as you allow that to dry for a few seconds, you want to just take a good whiff of that. Hmm. All right, we're good. Your boy's straight there. I'm straight, guys. I'm straight. I promise y'all, I'm straight. For real, for real, for real. All right. So you want to just do that as it dries up. I'm good, guys. I'm good. And if it has a weird smell or a bad smell, then obviously that you have bad breath. All right, that's the best way that you can really test, and you're getting far back. All right, to make sure that that you can get to the back of that area. All right, and that is where a lot of the bacteria are going to really host itself. All right, and so you just want to sniff that, take a couple good whiffs of it, and if it has a weird smell or smells really bad, you have bad breath. All right, so so if you do that and you don't have any smell or it doesn't smell as bad, then 9 times out of 10, um, you don't have halitosis bad breath. Now, you can't do this right after you brush your teeth. You have to wait for a while. You have to really, after you brush your teeth, maybe 2 hours or 3 hours in, after you have eaten something, then you want to try to test it a little bit later. Now, we all know after you eat, there's just bacteria that's going to populate in your mouth. All right. Let's just be real. No one can get rid of all bacteria, especially if you're eating. All right. So that's just, you want to do that to make sure that you eliminate whether you're just having this phobia of bad breath or not. Okay. That's so you can identify if you have an issue. All right. So that's the first thing you want to do to make sure. All right. But I want to jump into some causes of bad breath. So if you're someone that drinks alcohol, um, or the back of your tongue is really coated, very, very coated, then there's a great chance that you have an overgrowth of bacteria just lingering around on the tongue. Now, there's been also studies that have shown for people that are on very low carb diets, like such as keto, they can have what's called a keto breath. All right, that is something that is true. It affects everyone differently, but there's been studies showing that keto breath can cause bad breath or halitosis. If you have a cold or if you have a sinus infection, then you can also be linked. All right, that can be linked to having bad breath. Ulcers, or if you have an ulcer bacteria, it's responsible for 80 to 90% of bad breath, which then also could cause H. pylori. So H. pylori is a bacteria that you can get from just drinking different waters, eating different silverware. There's been bacteria on the silverware or even food. Okay, you can pick up bacteria that way. So that's something you may want to check to make sure you don't have it. Also, different medications that you may be on, if you're on birth control or just certain medications, all right, could cause bad breath. You can have tonsil stones, and basically it's when the bacteria starts to harden in the back of the throat. It We call it calcium stones. All right, if you eat a lot of dairy products and things like that, it can cause you to really have these hard stones, which then when you press them, it releases the sulfur gas, which smells horrible. All right, just want to let you guys know. If you eat a lot of sugary foods, a lot of sugary dried fruits, just candy, different things like that, sugary foods, it likes to feed those bacteria, and that could also be linked to or the cause of halitosis bad breath. A big one is called acid reflux. All right, so it's basically when your lower esophageal sphincter (LES) is out of whack and it's not closing properly. All right, the valve to separate the food from the stomach and the throat is designed to close. all right, to trap the food in so the digestion could actually finish processing. And when that LES is faulty, all right, or it's not working properly, it's loose, those juices, those gases can seep back up into your esophagus here and sit here and can cause a really bad odor. All right. Also, if you have fillings or cracked teeth or fillings that need to be sealed up, that can cause a bad odor, a bad smell. If you have dry mouth, or if you have, if you're taking antidepressants or painkillers and things like that, these things can cause your breath to really smell bad. Okay, so you got to be mindful of the things that you're putting in your body, the things that you're consuming, the things that you're eating, medications, things that you're drinking. All right, all of this has a part to play in whether you have halitosis bad breath. Also, it could be genetic, like you could have a family member, like a mother or a father, that has bad breath. So I've been working with students, and they have other siblings that don't have an issue, but they have an issue, but they may express that their mother or father has an issue. So so it can be genetic and things like that. So definitely look below in the description box of this video. I'll leave some information on how you can actually detox your mouth so that you're not producing these sulfur gases, the volatile sulfur compound gases. Go ahead and do that now. There'll be information below, and you can get your hands on that for free. Also, we have other products. We have one-on-one coaching. We have other services that you may want to look at that could be helpful to you. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm Mark McNeely, and I'll see you guys on the next video.